Hey everybody, hi, welcome back to Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. Um, I started doing another video, it was about 4 minutes into it. I accidentally touched the USB cord and then it stopped. So I don't know what's wrong with that cord because it's pretty much a new camera. But anyway, so there you go, Cardboard Nerd. So I'll try to repeat what I had already started, but challenged me to put this in every video for February, so far on board my 2022 Dawson Sandberg Relic dual autograph card. And so there you go. Please subscribe, like, so that my videos can reach out to more people who might like the kind of stuff that I like. Oddball and Food Issue and Allen & Ginter and old style classic baseball cards. But anyways, so last video, so this is technically the third video of the day, but the first one kind of doesn't count because it's just a walk through the LCS Peninsula Sports Cards in Belmont, California. They're related to Stevens Creek Sports Cards and South Bay Sports Cards down here in the San Jose Sunnyvale. And Belmont's about 20 miles north, kind of in between here and San Francisco on the peninsula. There we go, Peninsula Sports Cards. Still a little sick in the voice, people, and my nose is a little clogged up, so sorry if I sound a little flat. But anyways, I showed what I picked up at the LCS in the last video, so I'll probably open some of these. Got the Leaf one just to get another one from the different shop. Uh-oh, I got the hiccups. 86 McDonald's. I love these because I was obviously the year my Bears won the Super Bowl, and I have a few of these of the Bears, but I saw this sitting there and I had to have it. They had the blue and then like the brown or red or whatever color that was. I preferred these. 8 of these Japanese Calbee, I believe. Japanese oddball. These were product issue. Excuse me. I think those came in bags of chips. Excuse me. Allen & Ginter 2021 Chrome. Chose to get this over. They had a couple Allen & Ginter X versions, but he wanted way too much, so this was lower. And then got the Archive Signature Series, mostly because I want to get one of those Allen & Ginter Mini, and I did see online that they are possible to pull from this product, so pick that up. 2019 Diamond Kings, 3 rack packs, like 89, 88, and 86. I'm not going to show those right now. Topps Traded 87, my favorite card of all time, is in this set. My Andre Dawson traded card when his first image on the Cubs. So we got that, and last but not least, one of my favorite things of all, it had the full box of the Drake's Ring Ding with the advertising on it. But at this year, they decided to put the cards on the box instead of in the box. And as you can see over here, they're advertising the other ones that you can pick up. There's Don Mattingly and Tim Raines. And look at that cherry pies right there. Andre Dawson would have been part of this set. So I'm going to have to find me one of those hand-cut ones or a box of cherry pie. And I love this set because this was done by MSA. You can see down there, 88 MSA. I'm a huge fan of MSA. A huge fan of product issue oddball cards. So when I seen this, it was all together in a plastic thing, and so I had to get it, but I'm just gonna leave it unfolded. But this is kind of stuff that I like, not only the oddball cards, just that simple cardboard. I love when they have the advertising too. Alright, so, and then I have a couple of cards that I want to show you guys that I did pick up there. And I only showed you the back in the last video, but I'm a huge fan of oddball and product issue cards, and I love whenever Cracker Jacks did cards. And I'm going to do a whole Cracker Jack theme video or videos, but I'm talking about the Cracker Jack product, the food, where you'd buy it and the prize would be a baseball card, a baseball related something. So I have a bunch of that I'm going to show sometime. But then in what is it, 2004 or 5, let me get my magnifying glass out here, just double check. So in 2005, a year before Allen and Ginter came out, Topps did a Cracker Jack set. So not for to put into Cracker Jacks, but a hobby box or retail, I don't know, but they did full-size Cracker Jack cards, and then you would get like an insert, or the cards were like the same size as the 1915 Cracker Jacks. I do have some, because I believe I did buy a hobby box at some point in time. And then at that same store about 4 years ago, I saw a hobby box of Cracker Jacks that I should have bought, but then the checklist for like the autographs and stuff wasn't great, so I passed. And of course now it's gone. But I did see this Relic sitting in their little case that you press the button and it rotates. And I really liked those. So they're not food issue, they're actual packs of cards in the style of the 1915 Cracker Jack cards. So just like Allen and Ginter's is in honor of the 1887 Allen and Ginter. But they only did it for like the 1 year, maybe 2. They did Bazooka. They've done other things like Topps 206, which didn't take off at the time, Chicle, all kinds of different stuff. But the Cracker Jack one was really, really beautiful set. Turkey red, you know, just to name a few. The Cracker Jacks were really beautiful, and I liked them a whole lot. I should have bought that box, but I saw this one. Not a Yankees fan by any means, but I was a big fan of this card when I saw it, because I never got one of these, and this is just beautiful. The centering's great. I love the size. Now, it's not tobacco mini, but it is mini, almost like one of those Gaudy cards. But I guess this is the size of the 1915 Cracker Jacks. And this is a Relic card. So somebody would have got this hit in their hobby box or blaster pack, whatever they sold them in. These were not in Cracker Jacks, although they did have an insert in those Cracker Jack cards that advertised that Cracker Jack actually was doing a card set that year, or which we'll get to at some point in time. So these are not product issue, these are actually an actual set. And this is for you Yankee fans, a beautiful, beautiful Take Me Out to the Ball Game Relic. Authentic game used bat of Jorge Posada for the Yankees. That was the price they had on it, but obviously I got it for a little less. So this is definitely an old style classic baseball card because it's an old style. I guess it's technically old now. It's about 20 years old, but I know everyone would consider it modern. And I'm not claiming that I only like old style classic baseball cards. I like old style Classics baseball cards. See the difference? I like the old cards and I like the new cards, but the new cards I like to look old, so to speak. And there we go, there's the Jorge Posada. So a lot of writing on that little card. Alright, let me grab a regular card to give you size difference here. Took her out of the binder because old Tool took her place. And so there's the difference from a modern card, standard card, to I guess what the Cracker Jacks would have been back in the day, which is obviously a little bigger than the tobacco minis. Uh-oh. So that Julio Rodriguez is the tobacco mini. So there you go. It's an odd size card. As are these Japanese cards, are going to be odd sized. But there you go for comparison. You can pause that and read about Jorge there. And those are beautiful cards. I just really love that Cracker Jack set. I like it and I don't like it. Now let me explain what I don't like about them. What I don't like about them is that it causes confusion. Confusion in, oh, is this something that came in Cracker Jack? No. So that's the one thing I don't. It's the same like Bazooka. I liked getting the Bazooka cards in the Bazooka boxes and the boxes of gum, like the movie theater size boxes, like in 1990. And then they came out with the Bazooka set like in 2005 as well. And so then when you see somebody say, oh, I got a Bazooka card, and then you're thinking you're watching a video or something of an oddball card, and it's really from the set. So the Bazookas are a little more confusing because they've done so many Bazookas. And when you see modern player on this size of card, you know that Cracker Jack wasn't going to be doing that. But when I see Cracker Jack, I'm like, oh, I want to see that. And then I'm like, oh, it's just a hobby set, you know, from Topps. It's not something Cracker Jack put out. So that's what I don't like, but they are beautiful cards. And if this had stuck around, I would be happy, because who wouldn't love to get some cards that look like that? Even to this day, I mean, that gives, I think that this gives Allen & Ginter a run for its money in the way how beautiful they are. Just look at the design on that. They really, really knocked it out of the park that year. And I remember the Cracker Jack, the base cards are really nice too. Obviously, they're in that old style of Cracker Jack. And that's awesome. So when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, I don't care if it's a Yankee or who it is. I'm getting that. Because, well, it speaks for itself, right? I mean, it's no Danica Patrick card for Sports Illustrated, but go back and watch that video. But this is pretty nice. And look at that. It's thick stock. It's not flimsy at all. It's just beautifully designed, beautifully centered. Just there's nothing I can complain about that card at all. I was happy to pay that price, even if I hadn't got a discount. So that's beauty. I don't think my boy Andre's in that set. I think that was mostly modern players at the time. So there we go, Jorge Posada. So I'm happy to have that in my collection. And then I was talking about this card, whether I should pick up the Goodwin Champion, which is a really beautiful card, a relic of him, or the Topps 206. And I thought the Goodwin looked better, but ultimately I went with the Topps 206, basically because I prefer tobacco mini cards. And so, and they both had a very vintage relic of the same person, and the image on the other one was actually better. But I like tobacco minis, so I went with the Topps 206. This is a 2010 Yogi Berra. So there you go, vintage collectors. I know it's not a vintage card, but it's got a vintage piece of his game-worn pants. Look at that. They even tell you it's the pants. So that is a classic 50s, I don't know when he retired, 50s, 60s uniform relic. The Goodwin champion had a little M that the relic's in, and it's an old gray flannel as well, and it just looked a little better. But what can I say? I'm a sucker for tobacco minis, and the fact that Topps had license, so you know, if anything, you know, it's got the logo for the Yankees on it. I think maybe Goodwin did have it because it was a 2009. So either way, you couldn't go wrong. Maybe I could have bought them both, but I'm a tobacco mini collector, and I know it's in a frame, full size, but that is a mini tobacco card in there. See it moving around there. So I just like tobacco minis, so that was the deciding choice. You know, so this isn't one of the better frames, or you know, it's cool. I really like it, and I don't have any regret getting this over the other one. I'm sure that other one will probably be there, or you could pick them up on eBay if I wanted, but this just fits my collection a little better, and so I'm stoked to have that. Hall of Famer Yogi Berra, you know, my wife likes Yogi, even the image is a little older looking there. Oh, Yogi. Alright folks, let's just double check the year on this card. Yep, 2010. So that's sweet. It's got the Yankees logo there. And Goldberg, huh? Nice. Once again, I want to shout out Scott over at Stukes for mentioning me on his VR. I appreciate it. And thanks for all you new subscribers and commenters. I really appreciate it. Alright, so there we go. Yogi Berra, it's not over till it's over, right? Put him back on the top loader, and now let's see. Definitely an old style classic baseball card right there. So these two I picked up in one of those revolving cases. Sweet. Alright, let's see, what are we going to do? Let's do this. Alright, we're going to do the big baseball. So we'll open one right off the bat, see what we get. And that'll determine if we open the second one. I kept trying to see through there, and I can't tell if that's like, yeah. I just couldn't figure it out. I didn't see any Dawsons. That's basically what I'm saying. Alright, let me take this off screen. So try to tear this cellophane wax pack apart without over damaging it, so we can take a look at the wax pack. The one thing I didn't like about these cards, they were off size, so a little hard to store and display. In the old days especially, you didn't have all these one touches and top loader options like you do now. But what I do like about these cards is the comic background, not cartoon, comic backs. Alright, so that's what the inside of that looks like. Let's take a look at this pack. It's only $1, so that's pretty sweet. And that's the first series. I believe this is 88. No, 89. So So let's see, collect all 330 cards, total of 3 series. So it's showing you different series there. And you can get binder sheets from Tops there if you so choose. 7 cards. Alright, so let's take a look. I don't know if Andre's in this first series or in this year or whatever. Imagine he would be. Alright, so Glenn Davis. So not bad images. They're kind of dated, but still kind of cool. But there's the real winner of these cards is the back with the comic, a little comic or comic strip. So that's sweet. Really good shape for this as old as they are. Alright, and these, since it's half the size of the regular set, would probably be more of the superstars and semi-stars as opposed to commons, but just because they were semi-stars back then doesn't mean that they remained that way. So, Forrest Swindell. The first one was Glenn Davis. Alright. Hall of Fame related, literally, Mike Maddox. So Greg Maddox's brother, who had a long career, I think mostly as a coach. That's off-centered. For you Phillies fans, there you go. You can take a look at that, read that if you like. Yeah, Mike's brother Greg Maddox pitches with the Cubs. Not for too long after that, though. Alright, now this one's kind of cool. They're pretty flimsy, folks. Now that is a Jeff Branson. It's USA team card, and that's pretty well centered. Alright, so talking about records. When records were going out of style, and now they've come back. Alright, I know, I'm sure it's talking about a baseball record, not a real vinyl record, but you know, I saw it and I had to mention it. Alright, a little off-centered Franklin Stubbs. So he was a solid player back in the day. Most improved player. So there's the Franklin Stubbs there. Alright, next. Mike McFarland. Alright, Kansas City. There's Mike McFarland's time in the limelight on old style classic baseball cards. I guess these are old style classic baseball cards now, considering they're these cards are going to be 40 years old in 4 years. Can you believe that, people? Doesn't that seem like yesterday? High gloss, so those are nice. And there we go. So we're going to go out with the superstar. Not greatly centered by any means, but still in really good shape for the most part. Mark McGwire, so a lot of McGwire collectors still out there. The centering's bad on the back, but there you go. A's fans in the Bay Area and all over the world and wherever. Who knows, maybe some alien and some other ship flying around the universe. The galaxy is just now coming across Mark McGwire when he was a rookie, watching baseball. Maybe some aliens. A big fan of him. Wishes he had that card. And it's going to take quite a few years before he gets a little disappointed. Alright. But Mark McGwire, solid. That's a nice one. Alright, so I'm going to leave it at that for those. I'm going to save that other one for another day. Alright, let's get to, boy, I sure would like to open some of them Allen and Ginter cards. Oh, did this already get voided? No. Let's do the Leaf card next. Alright, folks, we're looking for a 101. Well, they're all 101s. Proofs. But autographs, what we would prefer. Nope. So we struck out this time. Isaiah Likely not worth a whole lot. I don't know. but that's the Valiant. They are beautiful cards, though. I'll give Leaf that. These are really nice looking. But unfortunately, we did not pull an autograph, so it's an unsigned proof. So, there you go, Gerald Ford. There's a football card for you. We'll have to look up Isaiah Likely, see if he likely made the league, NFL or not. Who knows? Maybe he's playing the Super Bowl tomorrow. All right. So, beautiful card otherwise. But since I don't know his name, probably not.
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Okay, you heard her. Neither do I. But we'll look that up in a little bit. Okay, so what are we going to do, folks? Boy, I guess I should do the signature series because we're 25 minutes. And, heck, maybe I'll end up doing some of them Allen McGinters just because I want to. I'll just have to delay that video so you're not overwhelmed with 3 30-minute videos in one day. The only thing I don't like about doing that, people, to be honest with you, is I like to go back and watch the video, you know, to kind of like see how it came out, and then I hate waiting till like noon tomorrow to look at something that I already did. I guess I could watch it on the computer, but I'd rather watch it on the 75-inch TV, right? So, any of the other people that I'm subscribed to, or shared subscriptions, or you may not see me comment as much, it's because I usually do watch your videos and stuff on the TV, and on the TV it's set up to my other account, Rob's TV World. So if you're seeing likes from Rob's TV World, that's really me at Old Style Classics Baseball Cards, because it kind of tracks the stuff that I like to watch, like card videos, and I could put on Old Style Classics, but I don't get to see the same videos, it seems like, on my homepage. But the point being is, if you get a like from like Rob's TV World, I'm really liking your video. But if you don't see me commenting as much as you would like or something like that, it's because I'm watching it on the TV, and I don't get to, it obviously doesn't let you comment from there. So then I would have to go back, get on the laptop, find the video, and then comment, which I try to do every now and then. But my laptop takes a long time to load up, so it's not like just turning the computer on and zip bang, it's on. I don't know what it is with this computer. It takes 5, 6, 7 minutes to load every time I shut it, and so it's because I'm watching YouTube mostly on my TV. That's really what it comes down to, folks. So sorry about that. But I do try to watch videos and I like them. So if often I just turn the TV on and oh, there's a video I want to watch. And then if I wanted to do it as Old Style Classics, I have to go change the switch accounts and then go find that video, and you know, then I try to use the microphone and it doesn't understand me, and then it becomes a hassle. So I guess that's my excuse. Alright. So here we go, folks. Retired Series 2022 Archive Signature Series from Topps. I want a Superstar Hall of Famer. So, but first, I want the... Excuse me while I get a drink. What I really want is an Allen Ginter Mini buyback autograph, an Allen Ginter card, and then obviously a big name. Kind of like the Adrian Beltre that we pulled last time. That was from 2023. This 2022. There we go. Who do we have here, folks? I haven't seen it yet. Alright, look at this. Oh, excuse me. nice. Look at that, people. That is a Ted Simmons, super veteran, 12 of 28. Oh, okay. I thought it was a dual person card, but it's him, like before and after kind of view, huh? So 1968 to 1983, Ted Simmons, and look at that centering on the back. Wow. That is just going to verify, folks. 83 tops. So that is an 83 tops Ted Simmons super veteran 12 of 28 archive signature series. And is this the year? So I like the way they're doing it nowadays. They stamp whether they're a Hall of Famer or not. Nope, just a certified autograph 2022. But look at that card, folks. Is that not a beauty? Look at the centering on that. Look at those corners. Just beautiful. I mean, that little corner may have just a tad, you know, like a cardboard burr or something like that. Wow, wouldn't that be nice if that was like one of those Nolan Ryan ones like that? So hold on a second, folks. Alright, folks. Hey, thanks for hanging on there. So, yep, Ted Simmons, quite a career catcher, Hall of Famer, in 2019. Unfortunately, his induction was ruined by the pandemic. But nevertheless, according to Wikipedia, the time of his retirement, led all catchers in career hits and doubles and ranked second in RBIs behind Yogi Berra, second in total bases behind Carlton Fisk. Also retired with a National League record for home runs by a switch hitter despite playing several years in the American League. Hit 307 different times, 20 home runs 6 times. Caught 122 shutouts, 8 most all time. Elected Baseball Hall of Fame December 2019. Unfortunately, he didn't get 5% on his first vote, missed the Veterans Committee, but then was put in with like 86% or something like that of the vote. He's overshadowed often by Johnny Bench as the best catcher, hitter. Played with St. Louis, Milwaukee, and Atlanta. He's considered one of the best hitting catchers in Major League Baseball history. While his power numbers paled in comparison to Bench, he's managed to hit for a higher batting average despite playing home games in a notoriously tough hitters park. Alright, and so let's take a look here. Just really quick. He had a 285 lifetime batting average in 21 seasons, 2,472 hits, which is really good for a catcher. 248 home runs, which is pretty. That's halfway to 500. So for catchers, that's pretty much, that's like 250 to 300 is probably like being a 500 home run hitter for a catcher. 1,389 runs batted in. So yeah, dude is a solid dude. He probably should have been in the Hall of Fame. Elected by the writers, but regardless, look at that, people. So it's not a mega hit like maybe, you know, let's say we got Johnny Bench, then that would have been like mega. Maybe the Adrian Beltre is bigger because that's 1-1. But this is solid. I mean, that's a Hall of Famer who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And I mean, just look at the shape of that card, people. It's just beautiful. Now, granted, it's not his base card for that set. It is an insert card. So maybe that's going to not have the same value as, say, just his plain old card, but because it's not him sharing the limelight with a different player, where it was just him signed and, let's say, Johnny Bench over here unsigned. That is a Ted Simmons card, and that is sweet, and that really looks cool. I mean, it's very old style, classic card. It's got that vintage look to it, and it's, you know, very 80s. But for an 80s Topps card, that's in a really nice shape. So I'd say we won on that pack, or won that box. So hey, man, you know, as far as the Hall, so you can get a base player, semi-star, and you're gonna lose. You can get a superstar player like an Eric Davis or Jose Canseco or McGuire, and it's a sort of win, but not a huge win because they're not like Hall of Famers. Then you can get a Hall of Famer, which just in its own is a win regardless of who you pick up. And then there's going to be different levels of Hall of Famers. So, you know, you might get Lee Smith or Goose Gossage, you know, Harold Baines, and that might be your low-end Hall of Famer. Then you'll get the mid-range Hall of Famers, and I'd probably put them in that range, like a B, you know, as opposed to like getting Griffey, you know, like a King Griffey Jr. or Nolan Ryan or something like that, which would be your top level ones. But this is right smack dab, probably, you know, it's in the middle. You know, I wouldn't call it like low because of a catcher, but it's that mid, you know, it's that B range. But because it's a Hall of Famer, it's a win right off the bat. It's low numbered, so it's not like of 100 or 300 or something like Cooperstown Collection or something like that. And it's a beautiful card, so I'd call that a win. Probably maybe not worth what the box cost, but you know, you're sitting on a Hall of Famer autograph card, certified by Topps, and in great shape. I mean, if you took that out and you sent it to grade, you know, with authenticity and all that, I'm sure you're going to get a 10 on that signature. It's really nice looking signature. It's not lazy. It's not the best signature, but it's up there. You know, it's definitely an A quality signature, and it looks good on that card. It's clear it's not all shaky. And that card is mostly centered really well. Maybe a little heavier on this side than this, but just slightly. So I'm sure that card might get a 8 or a 9 if you were to grade it. Not that I would. So there we go, people. Another Hall of Famer that I never thought I would have got. Because I wouldn't have actively went and sought this card out, like let's say Frank Robinson or Brooks Robinson or something like that. Stan Musial and those guys. But I'm super stoked to have that, so that's sweet. So I'm going to call that a win. So anyways, people, there we go, 40 minutes again. Sorry, I just can't do less, it appears. Alright, so there we go. Got Ted Simmons, Hall of Fame autograph. Yogi Berra, Hall of Famer relic on a mini, tobacco mini, and a Yankee, Jorge Posada. I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame, but pretty nice stuff. And whoever this guy is, and the McGuire on the big card and whatever. Alright, folks, so thanks for watching old style classic baseball cards. And please like and subscribe and leave some comments. What do you think of this pickup today? If I come back, it's going to be doing some of them on Ginter Chrome. because I feel like checking them out. All right, but I'll delay the release of that. See ya.